if nothing else, some of y'all getting exercise. Pastor Thomas went and got a bat. He gonna play baseball. I think I'm gonna give him. Okay, you got 2 more minutes and we're gonna switch. You got about 1 minute. See, some of y'all done gave up on your marriage. You just done gave up. Some folk just done gave up on their marriage. This too much for me. Time. The gentleman's time. Thank you. Or switch. No. There you go, Eldridge. Ain't no water in it. I said I can take that. I wasn't ready for all that. Yes, you want a mic? Probably gonna need one more mic. You want a towel? I got a big towel. You want a big towel? Let me know if you need one. Okay. Jill and Gwen done gave up. One of the things to remember is the higher you throw it, the more time you have to juggle it. If you're just giving it a little lift, but then do you keep your eye on your hand or do you keep your eye on the ball? So you want to do it until marriage becomes second nature to you. Okay, time. All right. No, you're not done yet. You're not done yet. On the first part, we had the woman go, and she did the very best she could, or the other person go. Second part, the man went, and we checked out their ability to juggle. But now there's a third part, and that's the part of marriage where you have to figure out what works for you. You figure out, we got these 3 balls. We have to juggle them because it represents all of our other stuff. Now you come up with a plan of how it works for you. And so I should see everybody with their balls going back and forth because you have worked through, you have come up with something and you realize that it's a part of a team. Now you're not throwing the balls at each other. Well, okay, Shalante want to throw hers. I'm not going to give her a ball. I'm going to give her a pie. So just find whatever system works for you. The best juggle this thing. Wow, I see some wonderful things. And if you can remember that while you're going through, that no one person in a relationship, in the marriage, has to juggle everything by themselves. But if we work as a team, do y'all see that flow? If we work as a team, and you're still going to drop the ball sometimes, but we're not dropping the ball as often as we were before. And we are accomplishing the same goal. Beautiful. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Come on, keep that going another couple minutes and we're going to move on. Because one of the things you're going to see is you're dependent on each other. No man is an island. Nobody does this by themselves. I see some people are tossing it. Some are having the safety, which is fine. But again, it's all about what works for you. Because you want to find that thing that brings out not only the best in you, but the best in the other person, and what ultimately makes your family and your exchange successful. Because you will have to juggle. We got 1 minute. Time. All right, let's take our seats. Yes, yes, yes. Those are my balls. Just so you know. Yeah, yes. I want them back because y'all might come up with some other crazy ideas. Bring my balls back. Y'all forgive me. I'm trying to make it through this with my sinuses. We should have learned some valuable lessons, before we talked about, number one, some people will juggle better than others. One spouse might juggle things better than others. The ultimate goal is not just to have one spouse juggle better than the other, but to teach the other spouse how to juggle as well. Marriage presents circumstances where you may have to juggle everything. Yeah, they could be out of town. It could be sickness. It could be death. It could be anything. So you're forced in a position. So you want to learn how to juggle as much as possible. But the main goal is to recognize, number one, that we are a team and that the success of the team is dependent upon everybody doing their part. If you observe, when we got to the third part, number one, the ball dropped less. You didn't have a lot of drops. Number two, everybody came up with a system that worked for them. Some were tossing and it was long toss. Others were tossing and it was short toss. Some took the safe passage and theirs was more of an exchange. But it does not matter how you did it as long as you found a system that worked for you. So, and it may look different than what the other person is doing. But the question is, does it work for you? And if it works for you, then you adopt those types of systems, because that's what you're constantly looking for in marriage, is a system that operates and functions and at the same time brings the fulfillment that you need in your relationship to make it what it needs to be. And that's what marriage is. Man, sometimes you got it going and you can't miss. Other times you are dropping it. And the thing about marriage, it doesn't come with a safety net. You put your life in somebody's hand and you pray to God that person don't drop you. You're not running out every night checking to see if the net. No. Your prayer is, God, everything I got, I have entrusted in this person. I'm just laying myself out there. And my prayer is, don't let them drop me. And it's not that every day I'm coming to you saying, you're going to drop me. You're not going to drop me. No. But I'm just going to live life in such a way that I'm not going to even think about being dropped, even though I'm praying that they don't drop me, because I'm praying that God will keep my mate strong, the mate, that our love will always be fresh and crisp and everything it need to be, so I won't get dropped. But I'm not living every day in fear of being dropped, because you never get anywhere like that. All right? Now, I want to call the best juggler I saw, which was Eldridge. And I'm going to have Eldridge come up here and show y'all how it's really done. Come on, give Eldridge a hand. Now, I don't know if he can duplicate what I saw him doing now.
But now, after seeing Eldridge, if you think you were better than him, you just come on up after him.
What you said?
Next.
Woo-hoo.
Next.
Anybody want to come and challenge that? But one thing you did see, that height, you know, it's the height of it. And the amazing thing is it looks like you could really do it when the other person do it. Look like you got the answers. And then when the ball get in your hand, you be like, what I was thinking, I can't actually do. Which again is different from everybody, for everybody. And so that's why a husband has to learn his spouse, and that's why a spouse has to learn their husband, you know, and ultimately we come up with a system, we come up with a way to win this thing. We're just gonna, in dealing with that, let's pull this out right here. Because we were doing some talking coming up with this. I got some good stuff right here. And I figure I just want to say it. Can I say it?
Yes, yes.
All right. So you want to do it?
I think I can say it.
Okay then, say it.
One of the things that we want to share in this checkup is from our last time, and this is something that's very important, and it's like more so that the women can understand it and the men. But when a woman says to her husband, hug me, I just need a hug, she's not saying she want to go to bed. She's saying she wants affection. And if a man holds her right and holds her long enough, he will be rewarded. Not right now. Now, do y'all agree with that? And sometimes because, and don't get them wrong, there wouldn't be a man if it wasn't thinking in the other direction. But just because I come in and I say, my day's been rough or whatever, and I need a hug, the first thing that pops up in a man's mind
Is a man well?
But a lot of times, because women are different, we need the affection. And I always call it talk to my mind, or the romance part that leads there. And what we say when you recognize what I need, because you recognize what I need, you will truly be rewarded like never before. It will be out of this world, but you got to kind of meet me there.
That's good. I've been there. I have these 43 years. I have misread the book, misread the cover. But I got something to say. You can't say hug me and you got no heart pains. You're saying, and I'm just saying, when you're talking to a man, you got to be, if you're saying, just give me a hug, then have on a duster. I'm just saying, because you make me go there.
This generation don't know what a duster is.
Well, have on something that ain't revealing. If you just want a hug, I'm saying that's going to help me understand.
But no, because as my husband, you should know the things that I like and how I like it.
And as your husband, you should know the things that tempt me.
But by now, you should be in control, because remember, you got to deal with the mind and get the affection in there. Then you can be rewarded. But now you can't just come on. And a lot of times when a woman needs a hug, it may be after argument or something that didn't go right on my day, or we just didn't agree on anything. And you're going to get the opportunity to give the hug, but you got to hug me right. You got to hold me long enough. You got to put some heat on it. And then if you do all of that right, great shall be your reward. Can I get an amen?
Ryan, come help a brother out. All right, switching the subject.
You want me to go to the next?
No. I got this. This is me. This is what I want to say. When you make a man feel that he is important, you see what I'm saying? When you make a man feel that he is important, especially when it comes to what he has accomplished, then you will have somebody who will serve you, because a man will always feed off of respect.
See, the brothers didn't even help you. But did you notice they gave you a high five from their chair? Never did they stand to their feet. But you are right there. You're right there. Most men, they feed off of
Accolades.
would it be ego?
Men are egotistically driven.
Yes.
If any
So you
woman,
said if I build you up and
of course, of course. I mean that just as the woman needs affection, a part of a man's makeup is a man's ability to be respected. That's why a man will struggle in his house if he doesn't feel that those in the house respect him. You respect the man, and you'll get the best part of that.
So you saying that if I build you up, I respect you, I make sure the children respect you, because sometimes we have blended families, so I gotta make sure my kids and your kids and our kids respect you. Then I'll be like a queen sitting on my own throne. Is that how you're going to make me feel? Because I've assured you of this respect.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can live every day as a queen, as long as the man is living every day as a king.
You done said a mouthful. So if you want to be a
Brothers,
queen,
where y'all
you
at?
saying if I want to be a queen, I gotta
The ladies
like
like yelling. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Do you see? I mean, but you will always get the best part of a man when he is respected, even if he's not, all he ought to be, and vice versa. But a respected man, it will be a changed man, because it's something about how you feel when you come into that house. If that man is honored, that man is respected, that man is going to change the whole fiber of the family. Based on
now, that's good. But what if the man don't respect me? I'm making him feel like a king. I'm building his ego up. I'm doing everything I can do. I'm making sure the children respect him and honor him and everything. But because he's dealing with some stuff on the inside and he just won't respect me, what should I do then? Because I want to get it right,
Again, the exchange is the women are in a man are out. God created a woman and brought her from a sheltered environment. A woman is at her best when the same environment that she was in as a rib, she comes from that rib and she's still in the same environment. God gave that job to man. The job that God had to take care of the woman, when he created the woman, gave her to the man. Now that became man's responsibility. So the man owed the woman honor, love, affection, romance, all of that. He owes her that, right? And in exchange for that, she owes him respect. Here it is right here. Husbands, love your wives as Christ has loved the church, that he gave himself for it. So man's love for his wife ought to be a dying love. The exchange is this: woman, submit yourself unto your husband as unto the Lord. So her exchange for respect is his love. She gives him respect. He gives her love. Now, if they're not doing that, then that would depend on inner workings, inner mainlings, what that is. But there's no excuse. As he needs what he needs, so does she need what she needs, and we owe that to each other. And now I have to say this in terms of men, especially when you look at the nature of a lot of our families. Men learn a lot of times on the grow because they haven't seen a whole lot of it. So we have to be careful who we connect ourselves with, because all of this is affecting us as we're growing. But so everybody hadn't seen it, but the fact that I hadn't seen it does not mean I can't learn it. So I don't use it as an excuse, but I use it as an encouragement to make me work harder and say, because I didn't see it, to learn.
So you say that since we're here at the checkup and maybe we've experienced some of this, but we were doing it because we didn't know, we didn't see it, and now we're getting a checkup and we're trying to be better. So as I leave this place as a woman, I honor my husband, I respect my husband, I encourage my husband. Now, he ain't the best at making the plumbing or fixing the hole.
But he get it done.
Yeah, he get it done. And then I got to make him think he's a hero and he's really doing it. You ought to look at that. It might be hanging sideways, but that thing is good. The average wife don't have nobody that fixed the door and it's upside down, but I got to build my husband up and let him know that's the best door I ever seen. And if I do that,
why do you have to throw that part in about the door being upside down?
Well, it just said no matter what it looked like, I owe that to my husband. And when I build him up, he's going to respect me. Because we want to make sure when we leave this checkup that we get this thing right.
I got something else I want to talk about.
Oh. Because the door was upside down? Okay. Now that's mine right there, right there. So you have to get you another.
No. I want you to talk about that. That's ours. Because okay. we've had some issues with this.
Yes. Now let me explain this. This is
very easy to explain. Very easy to explain.
Say for instance, there's something that's going on within the marriage. Okay. It could have been something that went wrong. The husband may have done it, or maybe the wife have done it. And we've dealt with it. We sat down and we talked about it. Now we're here. Women alike.
We dealt with it. Mm-hmm. We talked about it. We closed the book on it.
Mm-hmm.
It was done. Mm-hmm. We stuck the fork in the turkey.
Yeah, let me
say, I'm done. Mm-hmm. And we said to each other that we wasn't coming up with this. Because God wanted us to go forward. Am I right about it?
Yeah.
So go on so I can jump in.
Women are like computers. Their minds keep processing in the background until a problem is solved.
But you said the problem was solved.
But it really wasn't solved.
But why did you say it was solved?
Because the problem was getting kind of heated up in here. And it was causing us to be angry, say some things to each other that shouldn't. So because we close it is...
See, there you go again. I wanted a simple answer.
No.
And you're talking about the moon, the stars, the sun outside.
What
does this have to do with the conversation
the same thing
that
I'm
we
talking
having?
about now.
Who can, No, I'm saying we talking about something, and in order to make her point, she got to go. Well, first I stopped by Dillard's, and then I had went by. This ain't about where you went to Macy's, the Dillard.
Listen, processing it in the background until the problem is solved. But men are like a file cabinet. They take the problem, put it in the file, and close the drawer, and think everything all right.
No. Well, let me say, take this.
Because the man don't want to hear about it no more.
No.
And he think it's already taken care of.
My wife, when we go through stuff, my wife have no sense of timing. Okay? No, let me make my point. We talked about it all day and all day the day before. My question is, why does the Lord
Yes.
want us to talk at like 3 in the morning?
Because.
And I'm just saying.
Because.
And then she say, so you ain't gonna listen to me. No, come on, girl. I'm half asleep.
That's
I'm
the
out
best
of it.
time because
No,
you're laying there.
But let me make my point. Let me make my point. It's just strange that the Lord wake her up at 3 after she done thought of something else on something that we said was closed.
Well,
Are
now,
you with me? Brothers, are you with me? All right, come on, talk now. Talk.
Okay. Well, let me help you, brothers. The reason you wake him up at 3 is because he really wasn't asleep. And he kept a pattern and carrying on, but this problem was not solved yet. So if you gonna pat and tap and all of this and ain't nothing gonna go nowhere, then we need to go ahead and sit up and talk about why it's in the file cabinet and ain't nobody wanna talk about it. Sisters, are you here?
All right.
No.
Now we mess around, but this is the reality.
Uh-huh.
It's easier for a man to close out something that has happened in a relationship. We say our piece. We feel confident in it. We don't feel we have to add, but we've talked about, we feel comfortable about it. So yes, we put it in the file cabinet and we put it away. But somebody keep going back in the file cabinet, pulling it out, putting the file on the table,
It's processing.
and saying that everything, So here's what happened in marriage. If you feel you have a problem, the problem is never solved, then that problem will keep coming up over and over and over again. Now, what we do try to do when we put, and remember, communication is a process of passing information and feelings in such a way that everything passed is understood by everybody involved. It's not just you talking or you making a statement and saying, okay, well, I told you. But it's got to be understood by both people, by both parties involved. And sometimes I feel that we have said that. I feel we have got to that place. Now, here's what we've talked about, because I feel that she'll pressure me to say something other than the truth. And I feel I done said the truth. And that's the truth. But she'll be thinking, it's got to be, no, it ain't no more. This is the truth. So that's it, man, that's it. To me, I'm saying that part is closed. So here's what I had to learn to do. As long as Olivia wanted to talk about it, then I went ahead on and talked about it. Because my goal was, if I don't talk about it, we'll never put this puppy to bed. So she talks until she's happy, and then sometimes I think she asks me the same question to see if I'm going to say something different than what I said the first time, and my answers, are the same. But now we in this thing 43 years, and sometimes when I know she got questions, I just come sit on the bed and say, go for it. Let's sit here until.
So what you're saying that putting it in the file cabinet and closing it
didn't work for me, has never worked for me.
Okay.
It has.
You want to tell the brothers now, don't put it in the file cabinet?
Well, I'm just telling them that. I'm not going to tell them don't put it in the file cabinet, but I'm telling them that if you put it in the file cabinet and the marriage has not brought closure to it, then it's gonna.
You choose to put it in the file cabinet, then it's not.
Now, ladies, we get some scripture kind of twisted up around here. Because the Bible talks about due benevolence. And that's what a wife owes to her husband. And the Bible didn't say nothing about being mad.
And it also said no good thing will he withhold from you. So
that's right.
You shouldn't put it
so
in
that means you out the will of the Lord if you withholding. I'm glad you said no.
I'm talking about the information you put in the file cabinet. We better go on to the next scripture.
But do you understand what we're trying to do? Listen, if you'll be going through the whole time, you'll be shutting it and she'll be opening it. You'll be closing it and she'll be opening it. Because even though a man is comfortable that, hey, I feel I've been honest, I've been open, I've told you everything I need to. So I work under the auspices now that if it's a big deal for her, then I make it a big deal for me. And I know that because of the makeup that God has given her, a part of the woman's makeup is the reinforcement that the man gives. The man becomes that security, and I don't need it. Just like you raising your children, you discover that one child needs something more than the next child. You know, same way in your marriage, there are things that she needs because I want to help her and because I want to be the best husband for her that I possibly can. Then that's one of the things I ask God, help me to do what I need to do so I can constantly reinforce who I am to her. So I don't shut the file cabinet no more. You know, I leave it open. I was doing. Now here's what I would say to any couple. Let me do this. You can't have two visions in the same household, because either the man or the woman will start going in a different direction. And then the last thing, this is why God created the woman to be in a helping position, you know, to the man. And watch this. And helpers don't take over.
Yeah. You got a good point.
Y'all missed that part.
That's
right
a good
there.
One there. I ain't gonna bother you.
Yeah, no, let me see. You can't, a lot of time, you get a family together, and there's got to be one vision established in the family, the direction that this family is going to go. That vision should come from the man, but because he's the blessing channel, absolutely right. And it doesn't mean that the woman doesn't have a brain, doesn't have input, and all of those, but that's why she's his helper. But you'll never get anywhere getting in front of the man. You know, that's why God called her to help me. She's constantly in a helping position, and helpers don't take over. Helpers help, but helpers don't take over. You follow what I'm saying? And if you want to make your vision come to pass, then make his vision come to pass. Help him with his vision, and everything else will fall, you know, into places. Now this is the part that I struggle with. You do that right here. In our conversation, for me, my wife had to learn how to help. These are my words. I might not be saying it right, but I'm saying that she had to learn how to help me, because, and in doing so, you got to know how to help your mate. So she had to be careful with her words, especially if it's something I just ain't got right yet. You know, so men want the woman help without admitting they want the woman help. And then they don't want the woman to remind them that they want the help. So the woman has to use extra wisdom in helping it. She got to use extra wisdom and extra discernment in helping the man. Instead of coming down saying, why in the world did you do that? That looks so crazy. Why not come down and say, well, baby, have you ever thought about doing it like this? You know, well, look at it. Yeah.
Once again, I'm
Building them up. That you're going to hammer all night. But you see what I'm saying? But you have to use wisdom in helping the man. But and if you're too pushy, if you're knocking at the door too hard, and then if you're instructing him, you know, he needs your help. Yeah, you don't want to come in like you're just telling him what to do. You got to use the wisdom to help him, and he not even know you helping him. Because the last thing he want to do is make you think.
Because after all, he is the man. He is the head of the family. He's the blessing channel.
I'm going to keep you another 43 years.
I'm trying to tell you.
Girl, you got this thing down. Y'all got what I'm saying? You got what I'm saying? Because men and ladies are so egotistically driven, just be smart when you help. Even if one looks better than the other. Oh, baby, that one look good, but I really love this one. Wow, what'd you do to this one? And then he ask you, you think I would have? But he'll want you to say, do you want me to tell you what to do? Let him ask you. Maybe what you think? Maybe any way you do it'll be good. I know, but what you think? Well, I really think this side looks way better. You know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. Man, that's a good idea. Y'all, I just help y'all. Y'all don't even know it. Y'all don't even know it. That's a whole lot different than coming in and just telling the brother,
That's wrong.
man, that is so jacked up what you did right there. Why one side working and this other side right? Who did this? Did the grandkids do this? Because this one is really messed up. So you get him, you talk to him, and you gotta help him, you know, honor. He'll even tell you he need to bring in somebody to finish the work. He'll even tell you, well, hey baby, if that's good for you, well, what you think? You know, hey, whatever you think. Well, I was thinking about bringing in somebody. You think so? Well, you know what, baby, if you bring in somebody, you know, that's what I think I'll do. Then he'll call in his conversation when he called a person for help. Say, man, you know what? Man, I was just doing some work and I just thought, man, why do I need to do this when I know people who can do a much better job? And then she'd be in the background like it was. So it's just a matter of knowing how to help people and building them up, especially men, even when they ain't all the way down. Okay?
Do we have any questions? Did they put anything in there? Okay.
This last one right there. About the grouchiness.
If
That's what you're leaving.
no, that's a good one. We might have some. If a man's wife is always depressed, angry, or grouchy, it often means that she is reflecting the treatment she receives from her husband. So in other words, if she's always depressed, she's mad, unhappy, she's angry, and chopping at you every time you meet her, and it don't have to be to her husband, but to other people, she's reflecting the treatment. See, she's been treated this way, so this is all she knows. And a woman should be able to grow in grace and become a better person as a result of being with her husband. But if he's not treating her with respect, if he's not treating her with love and kindness, then when she come out, however he's treating her at home, if he keeps calling at her and fussing at her and putting her down, then when she get with the co-workers, she's gonna be the same way. You ever met anybody that everything come out of them that's angry, grouchy, mean, and then you be like, okay, excuse me, I didn't sleep with you last night. And it's because of the way she was treated at home. When she got there, all she did was just lash out on her. So you think that,
No, I
so he should treat her better.
You get the first question. Brothers, check this out. I thought this was pretty deep. Check this out.
But it didn't go back on the grouchy part. Is it his fault she grouchy?
I said I agree. I said I agree. Agree means agree. I have to define agree now? You see what I'm saying? Now, I didn't put it in the file cabinet. I'm saying I agree with you. Because a woman should have a glow. If that man is treating her right, she going to have that glow with her. You see what I'm saying? Listen to this. Whatever a man gives a woman, she's going to multiply. If he gives her a sperm, she gives him a baby. If he gives her a house, she'll give him a home. If he gives her groceries, she'll give him a meal. And if he gives her a smile, she'll give him her heart. Man, I'm dropping these. Man, I'm dropping these heavy nuggets. I'm really working hard. I'm working hard. This question said, what is the key to supporting your spouse when it seems he doesn't support you? Number one, the key is keep supporting him. Don't stop supporting him because you feel that he is not supporting you. And then I also think that you have to catch it at the right time, and that's something you need to talk about, not in anger, not being upset, not being mad. You have to sit down and talk about that and just explain, baby, I need your support. Reinforce the fact that, hey, I'm here for you and I need you here for me. The key is not to get angry and not to use words like, I always support you, but you never support me. Those are words that will automatically cause walls to go up. That's not what you're interested in. You want the walls to stay down so we can talk. So you can even start out simply by saying, baby, what do you think I could do to, get even more support? Don't seem like I'm not getting no support. To get even more support. You know what I'm saying? You wanna give him credit, him or her, either way, doesn't matter who. But you wanna give him credit for doing something. But my draw is I want more of what you're doing. But the moment you say you don't ever, every time I do this you will never, then you just shut the door because that wall is up and they're not hearing anything else that you say. Season your conversation with seasoning. Pick your moments where you're going to talk. You can't talk in every atmosphere. Pick the right atmosphere that you want to talk in. I'm going to tell you something that just happened to me personally with my wife. My wife thought that I didn't handle something concerning her the way she thought. Now, I argued my point, and then the Lord reminded me, but this is how she's feeling. And I was defending myself. No, you're taking that wrong. You're taking that wrong. It's almost like the Lord said, shut up. This is how she's feeling. So I regressed. And I just listened. But just the moment she caught me in, she got up, I fixed the coffee, I'm just like doing a lot of stuff for her. And then she told me, she said, oh baby, why you in such a great mood? Sit down right here. And man, I sat down like, yeah, girl, what in the world is up? What do we need to do? And she brought that situation up. Boy, it looked like I just went, because I couldn't see where I did anything wrong. But she just kind of laid out her case. And for about 5 minutes, I was really trying to argue to let her know I never hurt you. I don't mean to simply to say it like that. I'm going through all of this. I promise you, the black Lord said, just shut up. Because this is how she's feeling. He loves you. And when that happened,
my excuses to me weren't good enough for how she had, she felt. And, all I could do was, come all the way down, apologize, and say, hey, I won't let it happen again. I'll fix it. I'll be mindful, all the things that go. And that's what I mean by you got to pick the right time. You can't just pick any time to lay something out there. You got to get the right moment. Okay? And there's a lot more than that, but I'm just trying to give it short. When your spouse does something very uncomfortable, your spouse does something you're very uncomfortable with, and you tell them, but they don't care, how do you get past the situation? P.S. It really bothers me. We made a decision that what's a big deal for her has to be a big deal for me. And what's a big deal for me has to be a big deal for her. Because early in marriage, it didn't matter. Whatever she felt, what she felt, that wasn't how I was feeling, so it didn't have any value. But as we went through this thing, I didn't want an unhappy wife. So I had to make what was a big deal to her a big deal to me. If she said this hurts me, I don't like for you to do that, then that was something I had to pull back from. You follow what I'm saying? And you owe each other that. You owe each other that. When she's feeling like that, you're not feeling like that, the ultimate goal is it's not about how you feel, but it's about how your spouse is feeling. And whatever offends your spouse, you have to pay close attention to. And if she asks you not to, or he asks you not to, and it makes you uncomfortable, then that's how you have to deal with it. Libby used to have a preacher friend of mine that used to pick her up every time we saw them. He'd pick her up and spin her around. And I was this close to fighting. I'm serious. I'm like, why does he have to pick you up? And we talked about it a couple of times, and I just got to the point I said, listen, baby, now, if you ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna do it the way I do it. It's not gonna be pretty. And he did it one more time. And I didn't say nothing, but I just sat back and I watched her handle it. And then after she got done, she kind of looked at me like, I told you I was gonna take care of this. I'm like, good, because I was already rolling up my sleeves saying, no, he ain't getting away with this. But I'm saying that in order for it to happen, however you want to be treated is how you want to treat a person. And if anything you do as a spouse, as comfortable as you might be with it, if it makes your spouse uncomfortable, you're in the wrong if they have asked you not to do it and you continue. Even though as a married couple and considered as one, am I held just accountable if my spouse does unpleasing things unto God? No, 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 no. Everybody's relationship is individual with God. God will never penalize you for what a person does. And there's coming a day where everybody will have to answer. Now, he does hold a man accountable because a man is a blessed channel. So man is responsible for covering his family. That's a whole different aspect. That's a whole different thing. But when it comes down to the individualism, everybody's accountable for themselves. God is not going to stand you, or you're not going to stand before God in a judgment. He say, well, you and your wife, or you and your husband did such a thing. No, you live for God as you know how to live for God. And I promise that God will not hold you accountable for what he does, or him accountable for what you do. That's an individual thing. You do the best you can, and be the best you can toward God. And we do know that sometimes you can't do that, especially if the husband and the wife is not on the same plateau. You see what I'm saying? That's not nothing that God is going to hold anything back from you. He's not going to penalize you. He's not going to keep you from going higher or deeper in him. You just do the best you can. Okay? What if your wife thinks she's always right and never wrong? That lets you know she's wrong. I mean, that's a simple one. Nobody. I tell our preachers this. I say anybody who relay the gospel is capable of error. Nobody has it all right. Nobody. And if yeah, we saw that with the juggler. If they had it all right, whether they hear or not hear, if they had it all right, they wouldn't have dropped the ball. Nobody has it right. And let me just add this to it. If you're living under the thinking that you got it all right, I promise you your communication jacked up. Because all that does is cause the person to shut down and not say, I'm not going to say nothing. Because I can't say anything to make it better. I can't say anything to do it any better. So I'm just not going to say anything at all. All right? So nobody's always right. And I pray this night that if anybody's thinking is of such that I'm always right, please change that thinking. Change it quickly and apologize to your spouse for even having that thinking. All right? This is the last word. Gotcha.
Well, we first met when we were little. My cousins now lived on 23rd and Monroe.
Right, right.
And we used to go over there on the weekends. And Derek used to throw rocks at me.
Oh, God.
He said he don't remember.
No way, no.
Then
We're all little kids.
we were little then. Went out.
Well, yeah, I mean, we, like I said, we met in high school when she was coming down to East, you know, for that course. And like I say, so, you know, I mean, we're all in high school. I'm 16, she's 15. So we chatted on the phone for a little while. Dated, broke up. You know, we're teenagers, so naturally, you know, you're not ready to settle into a relationship. So again, so we did that for several years actually. Dated, broke up. So that started, like I say, when I was 16, and finally, when I was around 23, 24, is when we, you know, actually got back together a little bit before then, maybe around 21, 22, and we just kind of made it out of a relationship after that.
About the proposal.
Well, you know, I mean, proposal wasn't anything real big and fancy or elaborate because, you know, I've never been an artistic person, you see, so I didn't really have that ability to, like, put together something all fancy and, you know, and all that. So basically went to Zales and purchased the ring, and she came over to the house. It was around the holidays, and that is when I asked, you know, hey, you know, will you marry me? You know, and she said yes. So it's
But first of all, no. Well, I said you have to ask my dad.
Well, yeah, naturally you have to ask the father first, you know, make sure he's okay. And I remember one thing distinctly that her father, Mr. Jones, said is that if you're not going to take care of her, send her back home. And she's never been back home.
He still writes letters and sends me flowers every other day. Pushing everybody asks, is how we make it last. I tell them he's still, we're still. We go through problems just like everybody else.
Oh, the wedding, it was nice.
The wedding,
it was a tearjerker.
Yeah, the wedding, as a matter of fact, was at the old memorial, which is now the Outreach Church. We got married there by Reverend T.B. Baker.
Love most about Derek?
Oh gosh, do I got to tell it all now? Derek's
compact.
He's a man of his word. He very seldom gets mad. I love that I can sit and talk to him, and you know how some women scared to talk to their husband about things? Well, I can talk to my husband about anything without him blowing up or whatever. Even if I messed up, I can go and tell him, and he's like, I got you, babe. Derek always has my back. He calls it Team Tara. Team Richardson.
I love Tara for many reasons. I mean, seriously. It starts with her friendship, you know, her being genuine, her heart, her kindness, her affection. You know, there's several attributes, you know, that I can give. But, you know, again, it's just her being Tara.
Would you give to a couple that's been married for 2 or 3 years that are just now entering into kind of the stride of being married?
I would say at that time, things have not yet smoothed out yet. You know, you're still having some bumps in the road. You're still learning each other, so to speak.
Yes.
But continue to trust in each other. Continue to believe in each other. Continue to support each other.
Future hold for the Richardsons. What's in store? What's next?
We're gonna retire and stand up in front of Walmart and greet everybody. How you doing?
Well, see, that's what she's going to do. I am not going to be no one's greeter. But for right now, what's in store for us, or what the future, I hope, holds, is that, again, we continue to have a good life together, a good long life. We've been married 31 years.
Going on 32.
Our prayer is that God gives us another 31 years. But on top of that, you know, we're focused on bettering ourselves, bettering our health. I mean, I had fallen in love with her all over again, getting stronger physically, health-wise, spiritually. And then again, you know, in maybe 10 years or so, we're able to shut it down from working every day and retire and just have that luxury of being with each other and doing other things. So that's what we're kind of focusing on right now, is getting everything set up for the future. So, absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
He is my lover, my